design of a weapon system tells you a huge amount about the culture of the society that produces them. In the case of the German Mauser rifle, this was a superbly engineered bit of kit reflecting German engineering prowess. About 1.5 meters long with the bayonet on the end, a reminder that these rifles were also to be used in close combat. It was descended from a hunting rifle. It was extremely accurate at very long ranges. It's got a longer barrel than some of the other rifles at the time, which is what gave it that accuracy and that range. It's made of walnut, which is a good solid hardwood, weighs just over 4 kilos. Right, we'll try and fire a few rounds off on the famous Gewehr 98. Well, it's certainly got a lot of kick, more than I was expecting, and it feels like an extremely chunky, solid, reliable weapon. The British are armed with this. Short magazine Lee-Enfield. The #1 Mark III was issued to British infantrymen in 1907, and variants of this rifle continued to be used way up into the late 20th century. In fact, there are still police forces around the world that use this to the present day. Now, it's about the same weight as the German rifle, but it's differently distributed. It's a shorter weapon, and already it feels far more wieldy. Well, really, the key difference is in this department here. First of all, you can fit 10 rounds in this magazine. Not 5 like the German gun, so you can shoot double the number of bullets before you have to reload. And secondly, this bolt action here is very different. It's much smoother, much easier to operate. Right, let's give it a go. It's so noticeable. The bolt action is so much smoother, and the effort you've got to put into it is so much less. It's just a far shorter range that you've got to move the bolt through compared to the German Mauser. And when you are here ready to fire, your finger's right here on the trigger. It's a small difference, but I think it's a really important one. Also feels like a far lighter weapon almost. It's shorter, it's easier to use. It's much quicker to fire. In fact, the British Army in 1914 went to war knowing that all of the infantrymen could fire 15 aimed shots every minute. In fact, one rifle instructor was able to fire off 38 aimed rounds in 1 minute. That's a phenomenal rate of fire. The German army, when they met the British army in the second half of 1914 in the fields of France and Belgium, were often convinced they were attacking troops armed with machine guns, when in fact what they were doing was marching into the concentrated rifle fire of British infantry armed with the Lee-Enfield. Let's go up here and have a look at the target, see how I do. Well, not brilliant, not an expert marksman, but not bad for an inexperienced rifleman. A few shots on the target there. Not great spacing, but 7,500 meters. Just goes to show how good those rifles are that you can give to someone pretty inexperienced like me. These rifles are capable of delivering the bullets onto the target as required. But ultimately, the big difference between the two guns in World War I wasn't accuracy, it was rapidity. Which rifle could fire the most rounds? And if you want to put it to the test, you don't want me, you need a professional marksman, like Andy. Firing as many bullets as possible under the same conditions, the Lee-Enfield nearly always comes out on top. With its smoother loading system and 10-round magazine, this was the world's most effective rifle. The main point is that both of those rifles were brutally efficient at the job they were designed to do. The technological revolution, the firepower revolution that had taken place before the First World War meant that individuals could shoot far more accurately and far further away. And that's why the area between the two armies, this no man's land, became a total killing zone. This was like nothing else in the history of warfare.